at parang aksyon ka na. Again, congratulations and welcome to Uno, the most trending online business today.
Welcome, Carolyn Morton. I am so glad that you stopped by to visit. It's been like a whole year I haven't seen you,
Yes.
but I know you're here on an SOS to pick up the products. So tell me what made you come back. I know I was about to just reach out to a whole bunch of people that I connected, but please do tell us what's going on.
Well, last year, February, I met Brandolyn and her husband, and I had gotten a bar of soap. It's called Natural White, and I had been using it for almost a year. I just cut little slivers off of it in thirds, and I got a sliver of it left, and so I called Brandolyn to let her know that I needed some more of this soap. I had a problem with a mole right above my eyebrow that every time I got ready to draw my eyebrow on, just the tip of it, I would bump into this mole.
Mhm.
And I was faithfully using the soap in the morning and at night. And then I realized that the bump wasn't there, and I knew it had to been this soap.
Yes.
So I called Brandolyn. I texted her yesterday to let her know that I wanted to come by and get more of this soap because it works. I'm a true believer in this soap, and I love keeping my face clean, and this soap does a good job with it. And so I enjoy it, and this is going to be something that I will come and get every time it runs out.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hi, Chandelary. I'm so glad that you came to visit me today. I
Thank
understand you're
you.
ordering some more of our NutriFab. So, what has your experience been so far? Please share.
I love the NutriFab. I've been doing it for about a month. The first 2 weeks I did it every day. Now I'm ordering my third pack, and I plan on doing it probably every 2 days or every other day. Definitely I've seen the results in losing weight. When I first started, my appetite was gone, so I didn't have that craving to eat, and which is awesome being a woman. Now that I'm on my third pack and I'm feeling better about my body and I lost a lot of weight, I'm actually starting to work out, and it's motivating me to work out. So I'm definitely going to continue it.
I really appreciate that. Yes, that's what we've been finding that people after their first pack or second pack, they get so excited about the results, and then they said, okay, what if I work out? Can you imagine? So I'm going
Absolutely.
to be following you, and
Thank you.
I can't wait to see you again here. So
Absolutely.
thank you for your testimony. A lot of people will be inspired.
Thank you for everything you've done.
Hello, Mary. I'm so glad you're here with us today in this soft launch of Uno Premier for Life. I appreciate you coming in, and I want to show folks around here who's giving us some support. Hi, hi. And Mary is going to say something about her experience with Uno products. Mary, please tell us.
Hello. I've been taking this product for almost a year, not a year yet, and I my body is very sensitive, and I can't take a lot of things. I even can't take a lot of medicine. But as I met Miss
Bronwyn.
Miss Bronwyn at this flea market, and now she has her business here on McMillan. Um, I've been on Ultimate C, prime juice and Crip Organic. Because I was asking her, do you have anything that's good for asthmatics? You know, well, I'm not really claiming it, you know.
You
I
we don't
had it
want-
as a child, but I'm really not even claiming it. But you know, we have the results of it, you know, of it flaring up sometime. And I've been having it from a child from 10, I said 10 or 20, 10 years old, and a serious chronic asthmatic. So I know I've been praying all of my life and believing in God for my healing. For those who go to church, and you know, some people don't go, but for those who go to church and believe in God, they believe in the power of God.
Yes.
But you know, in the Bible, it says that I think it was Hezekiah. He was sickened to death. That's what, and he prayed to God. And I believe Isaiah told him to take some fig leaves and put it on his boil. And so that's what he did. Fig leaves, a natural product. To make it short, prime juice and ultimate C and organic is necessary for our body, and it's natural, very natural as can be. I knew something about the product. It's like Cryptodanic had some spirulina in it, and Artemis C had, you know, with the vitamin C, and it's a good type of vitamin C. I had when I first took vitamin C, I called her and I said, "Wow, this vitamin C is not working." She said, "Mary, it's getting all that gook out of you." I said, "Well, I won't give up." So I kept taking it, and it get all the gook out of you, and especially good for those who suffer with colds or immune deficiency. It's time to take your vitamin C, and you have to get this Ultimate C because it's the #1 product. It is. And I'm true to my words.
Yes,
'Cause
you are.
She was trying to
Amen.
take me. I said, I got to keep taking it. I got to keep taking it. And then you go with the Crypt Organic. It's good. You know, my body is feeling good. And that's
Yes.
all it is.
Yes.
It's feeling good. And true, she was talking about prednisone. I have to remember to take it.
Really?
And I don't supposed to take it. I'm supposed to take it every day.
You
But
need
I have to
to
remember, well,
until your
they
doctor
try
takes
to get
it.
me off of it.
Okay.
And that's
Wonderful.
what I want. I want to get off of it.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm on this product to keep my body healthy, because the wear and tear of the vegetables and the unnatural, the juice is contaminated, and she has the prime juice.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about that contamination.
Mary,
I give it an A. I give it an A.
thank
I
you
give it
so
an A.
much. I know a lot of people are going to be blessed by your testimony, and I encourage you to come and visit me. We're here at 791 East McMillan Street. You're just a block away. I better see some more of you. I love you. Thank you so much.
I woke up the other night. I was just coughing like crazy. So I got up, fixed me a half a glass of this prime juice. Talking about done the trick. Stopped coughing, fell back asleep in baby world, and got up and went to work.
Awesome. Thanks, Donald. So how long have you been taking that prime juice?
2 weeks now.
Okay,
About
good.
2 weeks now. And I really like it. I was taking Mucinex, but this is much better. Can you see the bottle? This is a water bottle, but there's prime juice inside the water and the bottle. Try it. You'll love
Thank you so much for the testimony. I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people out there, especially in this flu weather and people's immune system going down. This is a
Right.
perfect
good stuff here.
concoction.
I like it. I haven't had my drink today, so I thought I better take a drink myself.
Thank you so much. Ms. Jacqueline, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Congratulations on your wonderful, wonderful New Year's Eve celebration introducing Uno. Tell us more about this.
Well, this New Year's Eve celebration was my brother's first. He opened a club called Lavish, and it was a long time in the making. I left my baby brother when he was 9. I got married and had a family, and we talked a lot about different things. And in the course of him growing up and me growing up, I always had him doing things for me. You know, I modeled, I need you there, I'm gonna do this dance skit, get one of your friends, let's go to the Goodwill, and you know, get an outfit, and we do it, and it came full circle, 1/1/2020. I saw that boy that I left become a man, and I saw his logo, Guerrilla Marketing, up on the wall. And just to know that it's been a long time in the making, a long time, to see those young men in a positive setting instead of the streets, the corner. And to see family in there, from your 24-year-old son to your 65-year-old aunt, your cousin's kids. You know, it was all up in there. It was warm. It was blissful. Yes, you had this and this. And the point I'm getting to about all of this is I didn't see a tunnel in the pain that I was in. So I didn't see a light. But I didn't give up. I kept fighting every step, every day, like I still do, to figure out where am I going? What am I supposed to be doing? And then that's when Uno Premier came into my life. And the point I'm making with that is where I was at 2 years ago, New Year's Eve, was in the bed, crying, hurting, don't want clothes to touch me because I hurt. Whether you understand, my skin hurt, my bones hurt, it's real. Rheumatoid arthritis is real, and me taking these supplements that I am taking from Uno Premier, and yes, I have taken other supplements, but these supplements got me out of the bed for 2 years. And I got to be there to see my brother's accomplishments. And the only way to go is up. You know, we all got to start somewhere, and he accomplished his dream. And for me, his sister, his only sister, for me to see this, and Uno Premier was there. I was over there in that corner. I was in a corner. But I made it do what it do. Anybody that stood in front of my table, let's pose with a product.
I did see those pictures. Amazing.
Let's pose with a product. You know, I just, because my heart was full.
You are the product of those products.
Yes, I am.
So you can't help. It's not scripted. You're telling them the truth. That's amazing.
I just want to tell them and tell my brother Andre Lee, I love you, and I am so proud of you. And I thank you, Uno, and God, you are always number one, first in my heart, and getting me out that bed to be here to speak and tell people we need to feed our minds, we need to feed our hearts, and we always keep God first in our mind, always. Uno, I'm a product of these products.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. I'm sure a lot of people will be inspired. This is our first Prime Juice Happy Hour, and there's a few people. And of course, the weather has something to do with it too. And then we need to get a little bit more skin in the game by picking up those phone call, picking up the phone and bringing people in. But it's all good, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Oh no.
Bye.
Mommy is 20. Mommy is 20. Yes? It's 20.
You know, Premier Forces Company. You know, Premier Oh, no, Premier, no more sickness. You know, Premier, no more cancer. You know, Premier, no more cancer. We do not Premier, no more sickness. No more poverty, no more sorrow. No more poverty, no more sorrow. You know, Premier Forces Company. Oh, no, Premier Forces. On the 14th of June, 2013. Okay, baby, I shall run fast walk by 11 a.m. Yeah, we're all going to no, we're here now. I got it now. Okay, yeah, well, you know, getting better. Oh, yeah, well, sickness. Oh, you know, it was out here with no working.
Hello, Ms. Bronwyn. You're muted.
Thanks, Jeff. Hello, everyone. Good morning from the United States of America. As you know, we host this global business preview on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. And of course, it varies from where you are tuning in from. I want to welcome all these 23 participants right now. That's a great number. I'm really, really excited. I am so happy that we have an honored guest today. I will tell you about her a little bit later. But for now, our job, Mr. Brewster and I, is to let you know about Uno Premier International. Thanks, Ms. Kelly, for those wonderful videos. It just brings everything together. We are a global company that was founded in the Philippines. We are called Unlimited Networking Opportunities. And it's still in our pioneering stages here in the United States and some countries. So our premium products consist of beauty, health, and wellness products that are consumed by people who spare no expense in optimizing their health and their desire to live a healthy lifestyle. Here in the United States, with a potential income of $5,000 a month, for as little as 3 to 5 hours a day, and there are no selling involved if you don't choose to sell. So it's simply switching household brands, using and sharing the products, earn rebates and supplemental income, and that's why we call it profitable consumerism. So here's what you can expect from this brief overview. You are gonna love it. You are gonna like the products and start using it. And you're gonna be so eager to talk to whoever invited you to talk and sit down and talk to you about adapting this healthy lifestyle and lifting everybody. So for some housekeeping, turn off your microphones so there is no background noise, so we can hear each other. And also, as you come in, I would appreciate if you also write down your name, not your avatar, not your group, because it's very, this gathering is somewhat personal. So you would not be wanting to talk to a phone, right? Like a iPhone. So just please be kind enough to put your name and tell us where you are from, either a country or city. One of the things that brings value to our gathering today on every Wednesday is that we get to connect with people all over the world. So let's maximize on that. If you have any feedback or comments, or you want to put in the chat your experiences with the product, especially for the newcomers, it would be great if you share your personal experience on the chat box so we know who to reach out if we ever need to get some testimonies from you or from other folks. So without that, I just want to welcome, are there any guests right now, first timer, that got invited to this US Global VP? We would love to greet them. Okay, so if you happen to, Ms. Kelly and Jeff, we're gonna try to monitor the chat. If my husband were here, I know he would help out too. So we are in the pioneering stages, so we don't have a production crew like what people normally see in an UNO major event, but we are gonna get there if we keep doing what we're doing, right? So now I wanna invite my business and health partner, Jeffrey Brewster.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning to you, my teammates. Good morning to you, my business partners around the globe this morning. It's such a pleasure to be here and share another UNO experience, because it's a different experience every day. Wouldn't you say so?
Absolutely. So tell us, I'm sure a lot of people are eager to hear. I want to tell my story of how I started in a few minutes. What about you, Jeff? Go ahead and let people know.
Well, I'll tell you, for me, it's been a journey that's only been 8 months, 7 or 8 months, but my gosh, has it been a fantastic ride. And I'm just getting started. I had watched you and Doug here at the Dillard Center with UNO. I've seen you grow. I've tried to get to know the business, right? But then when I really started looking at the products, I said, my goodness, this is such a fantastic opportunity. And then to partner with UNO with Healthy Days 365, it was just a wonderful match. And we've been connected ever since. And,
absolutely. When I walked into the Dillard Center, I met Jeffrey Brewster, and he showed us space here. He runs, he's the president of Healthy Days 365. So he's very familiar with health and especially in some alternatives to promoting good health. And what I really love about him is that it was about approximately a whole year before he knocked on the door and said, "What are you really doing?" And I figured, hey, I didn't chase him, he came. And when he came, I gave him a little short overview about what we do. And what attracted him is that it's a global company and the outreach and its purpose and its mission. But before that, it was not that easy signing him up. I tell you, he researched UNO to death. He researched the UNO as a company, its missions and its goal. And then he researched even more every single product. Now, for people who are familiar with UNO products, there's a little over 60 of them. He focused on 22, the ones that we're rolling out here in the US. And that was it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I really want you to applaud him today because he took that major step. That major step is he became an Unopreneur as of June 1st. Isn't that amazing? So what does that mean to people here, the distributors in the Midwest and in the entire USA? You have access to all of the UNO products. And then if you happen to be a distributor, you get your Nook points. So you don't have to go through leaps and bounds to get the products. I mean, we're open. There's about 4 willing volunteer leaders here on site, including Miss Jacqueline, including some folks that we're bringing in. So what they do is just, what do they do? Knock on the door, say, yes, I'm a member, and picking up some products.
That's all we have to do, because we're going to have all our products right here on site. And one thing that we have found in the past, that product availability means everything.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
When you get hooked on UNO products, you've got to have them. And I remember when we were right in the beginning of the pandemic, and products were really scarce,
Oh,
right?
Yes.
I really never saw so many people with anxiety because they could not get cryptogenic.
Yes.
It was just amazing. And that's one of the things that really, really intrigued me and made me want to really explore a little bit more about the products. What are these fantastic products really all about? And I'm finding that today, I can't live without them. When you really find out what they do for you, what they can do for you, it's a no-brainer. It's like you can afford not to take them.
Right, and that's coming from somebody who's healthy. This gentleman here does not have any issues, health issues. So I guess that's why it took longer for him to come, because most of the folks that actually come to me here in the United States are the ones that are chronically ill, the ones that are in pain, the ones that are in the last rope and saying, like, what do I do? Pain management told me I had to spend $800 to get through. So you are a godsend. Thank you for becoming Unopreneur. I know it's a big risk. We are not going to fail you, because there's hundreds of distributors out there that would have access to all these wonderful products at their fingertips, knowing that it is on the same country at least, correct? Right. So I want to share a little bit about how I started with UNO, and then we can get on with the global preview like what we're supposed to today. But I get really carried away. I get so emotional. I am so sorry. I'm so excited that there's 27 people on board right now. Wow. Is going to hear our message, and especially with our honored guest, who is she herself is an Unopreneur from Nairobi, Kenya, that just started over a month ago. So just hang tight. We're going to do this. So I experienced UNO, 78 berries. 78 berries I found out over 4 years ago. This is 78 berries. And what happened is that I had this severe case of sciatica for over 20 years. So every time it flares up or something happens, I could not walk, I could not move for at least 4 days, maximum 2 weeks. So that's been happening with me. That was happening with me for over 20 years. So when I bumped into Uno, I started taking the 78 berries, and within 3 weeks, I felt the pressure off, and I haven't had any back pain since, sciatica flare up since. And I keep forgetting that experience because the people out there, you never know what kind of pain they're in. And if you are not open and if you're not a product of your product, then you're not able to help. So we are kind of like a two-coined partnership here. Jeffrey Brewster, being healthy as he is, and he's taking the supplements as a proactive approach.
Oh yes, preventive medicine.
Preventive medicine, and I myself, my family is for whatever reason is impacted with all kinds of chronic diseases, from kidney disease to brain cancer to rheumatoid arthritis, and for me with a mild case of with the sciatica. So Jeff is an entrepreneur because he sees the possibility of making money and helping people at the same time. It's a wonderful fusion of what he already does, the existing things that he does, and Uno. It just complements each other. It makes sense. So this is why I wanted to spend some time talking about that. Now, I know some of you are excited about its global reach. So Ms. Kelly, let's just go ahead and if you don't mind projecting on the screen our 2-page slides, and then we're gonna go through them quickly. And I invite Ms. Kelly to chime in at any time.
All right, I'm sharing it now. Can you see it?
Yes, thank you so much. So Jeff, let's get started with you. Since you are so intimate with this now, I love to hear somebody else talk about it other than me. But you could just bring me in whenever you feel comfortable.
Well, for those who are just new to Uno, or those who are joining us for the first time, perhaps, I invite you to just bear with us for a couple of minutes here, because we really want to set the stage as to where we're going based on where we've been. And it's very, very important that we just stay mindful of the trajectory that Uno has been on since 2007, when we began in the Philippines, and today have become the #1 multi-level marketing company in the Philippines, and is a game changer throughout the world. And that is just incredible, right?
Yes.
So when you look at how did this company just take off exponentially right out of the box, which does not happen with startup companies, right? I look at our wonderful products. I look at the wonderful certifications that we've earned, the International Standards Organization certification, super brand certification, halal certification, even we're listed in the Philippine Pharmaceutical Directory.
Yes,
And
how about that?
That is outstanding.
Over
Truly.
30,000 health practitioners and doctors, they look at that book.
Yes.
And
exactly.
they don't only, so it's not, like you say, it's not just supplemental, it's therapeutic.
It's therapeutic. I mean,
Yes.
actually, some of these products, for instance, Script Organic, is used medicinally to cure diseases, not just to prevent.
Yes.
And that's outstanding. And we have the opportunity to represent such wonderful and powerful products. That is just a game changer in itself.
Absolutely.
And when we talk about the collateral benefits, of course, health is #1, but we also know that health is wealth, right?
Yeah.
And with the pioneering efforts of Uno from 2007, before it became global, we had produced over 100,000 distributors in the Philippines.
Exactly.
And millionaires.
Much.
Oh my, incredible. And we're only 14 years old.
Yes.
Right?
Can you imagine how many hundreds and thousands of people that have already been helped because of these 3 gentlemen conceptualized a business. Now let's talk about these three gentlemen.
Well, I have researched them as well.
I bet you did.
Because when you talk about partnering with an entity as closely as we are, right? You've got to know your partners. And let me tell you a little bit about these three gentlemen, what's most outstanding about them, in my opinion. Number one, their experience.
Yes.
Over 60 years combined experience in the multi-level marketing industry. When you are looking for someone to follow, you want to follow a leader who is successful. Our board of directors match that, hands down.
Yep.
True success. But what even further endears me to them is their business mission of wellness transformation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just getting cured of a disease, right?
Yes.
It's not just minimizing the risk of catching a disease, but it's a wellness transformation that truly encapsulates your entire lifestyle. So it's about a lifestyle change that is physical, mental, spiritual, and economic.
Wow.
What an opportunity we have.
You wrap that up. And just to say a little bit about their leadership, they really demonstrate the servant leadership.
Yes.
And it's amazing. I've actually met all three of them. I had an opportunity to meet with them in Las Vegas. I was not a member then, but I decided I'm going to check this out. Because at that time when I had already experienced the products and they didn't have them here, that was in 2015, I started using the products. And in 2016, someone reached out to me and said, hey, do you know that we're bringing Uno products to the United States? I said, what?
Wow.
What? That was just really a godsend to me. You know why? Because I was about ready to retire. And I don't know what to do with myself. For the people that know me, I always tell them, I am retired, but not expired. So what happened is that I checked them out. I went to Las Vegas. I put a little bit of investment. I took my son with me, DJ, and there it is. It was awesome to meet them, get to know about the company, its business practices, and to actually meet them and how they serve. There were over 300 there. And we were sitting at the same table. I'm like, wow, usually in an event, you'll have the VIPs standing somewhere else. But here they are serving coffee, greeting them, just really work the crowd. And so I kind of like fell in love with that type of leadership. And I decided, okay, maybe this is it. And that's not only, the thing is that as I learned about the products itself, testimonies from all over the world. And then what really touched my heart was the plight of the overseas foreign workers, because that's where they really focused on. See, in the Philippines, you know, Mr. Brewster, I've already shared with you that whenever we go to school, I mean, that's our main objective. We finish a college degree or become doctors. And then in the Philippines, they sell lands, they work 3 jobs. I mean, there's so many things that the parents need to do in order to get their kids to get into higher ed learning. Our literacy rate is skyrocket. But then what happens is that when they finish, they leave the country. They leave the country because there are no opportunities. And so what happened is the overseas foreign workers, there are certain host countries that they really target because they treat them right. We're talking about Saudi Arabia. We're talking about United Arab Emirates, Singapore, Hong Kong. Now, those countries automatically, tons of OFWs get shipped there. And then these gentlemen decided, you know, in 2015, the low-hanging fruit are these people in market A and B, the people that have the money, the people know that what the good product is and what a healthy lifestyle is. So what they decided is to open up branches globally. So they started with those very countries that have many OFW presence. Just to give you some data, and you inspired me to keep this data handy, Mr. Brewster. So there are 2.2 million OFWs, Filipino OFWs in the world, and they bring in $34 billion a year to the Philippines to grow the economy in the Philippines. That's the number one GDP contributor. Now, when you think about it, Hong Kong, for example, you're gonna see you're gonna hear stories about them. I welcome people from Hong Kong. The fact that Hong Kong OFWs comprise of the 3.5% of Hong Kong population.
Wow, that's significant.
Now, Ms. Kelly, I'm going to invite you to share also the fact that we talked about OFWs. Are we going to assume that OFWs are domestic, only consist of domestic workers?
Definitely not, of course, because OFWs can be professionals, of course. We have overseas Filipino workers all over the world. We have engineers, doctors, so definitely not only domestic workers.
Ms. Kelly herself was an OFW.
Wow.
Having attained a degree in civil engineering.
Yes, I did. I worked in the Caribbean as a civil engineer for 2
Tell
years.
us more about that experience, Ms. Kelly. And you can pin yourself on the screen if you don't mind. Would love to see your pretty face. I want to hear your experience as an
I'll
OFW.
just add myself on the spotlight. Anyway, yes, it was, I was an OFW for 2 years in the Caribbean. We mostly build resorts and buildings, but I really can relate to most of the overseas Filipino workers here because being an OFW is really hard because you are not only away from home, from your family, but you are alone, whatever happens. Like if you get sick, you have to take care of yourself alone, especially if you don't have relatives within the area. So I know the sacrifice, I know the feeling, the homesickness of every Filipino when you are far from home. And that is why, Uno Premier business and organization like this is really a great help because we not only found a family that we can, talk to and learn something from, but it's also a multiple income source for us. So there will be a time that we can just save money and go home for good with our families.
And then if you are privileged enough to participate in the Zoom after you join our organization, you hear a lot of the success stories of OFWs that have successfully saved up some money and went back home to the Philippines. The number one top seller in the Philippines is an OFW from Hong Kong. And the fact that in Hong Kong, I have to thank them because they have been institutionalized. If you think about it, they've been in existence for 10 years. And for 10 years, they have used the products, they have built their network, and they are going really, really strong. And that's thanks to Paul Chang, who is going to be our guest speaker in the next few weeks. So keep an eye on that one. Now, the fact that OFW story is pretty sad in a way. They make the money, it's great. They send them to the Philippines, they're able to build houses, send their kids through school. Is that they only see them once a month. And when they stay there, they're always in a rush to reconnect with the family. But there's so many things that they lose. Life celebrations like birthdays. And even with folks who have parents that are aging, not being on their side. I mean, these are the stories that you hear over and over again. And the fact that after they make the money, when they stay focused, OFWs, most of the success stories that I've heard is that they come in as a pharmacist and then they became entrepreneurs and then they save up all this money from the residual income and then they eventually go back home and they actually live their passion. Some people are passionate in real estate, so they invest in real estate. Some people are passionate in financial planning, just like Miss Kelly is doing, helping people. And so the transformation, simply by buying a package that costs in dollar terms $380, that is just amazing. Now, let's talk about the branding. International Standards Organization certified.
Yes.
And the super brand. Please tell us more about that, Mr. Jeff, because you're really good at that.
Well, the ISO is a global international designation that looks at a company's practices, their manufacturing practices, even down to their employee practices, shipping, packaging, quality control. All of these assessments are made for a company before they can earn ISO certification. And we have met every one of those standards.
And don't forget the working conditions.
Oh, yes,
there,
absolutely.
to make sure that
That's
the
very
farmers in
important.
Ghana are getting paid and the
Yes.
working conditions are right, correct?
Employee relations are definitely right at the top of the list when you talk about ISO certification. And that really speaks to the wonderful spirit, model, philosophy behind UNO.
And that needs to be recertified periodically.
Yes.
So
yes.
it has to be sustainable and they have to maintain that.
Mhm.
And for us to have acquired that since 2007 speaks volumes.
Absolutely. And even super brands. Now,
Yes.
super brands is a designation that you have to be invited to apply for certification. So someone was looking at UNO and saw these fantastic products and said, you know, we're going to invite them to earn our recognition. And we did.
Yes.
And, you know, I want to go back, if I can, to the plight of the OFW, because there is a very positive side, right? And you didn't mention the United States. We have been a host to OFWs for many years, particularly in the healthcare field.
Yes, definitely.
Well, I am very grateful for the OFWs who have left the Philippines and gone around the world, because with them, the opportunity to spread the word of UNO, to spread the company of UNO.
Oh, yes.
Has been achieved. And i.e., I sit here with you today, a product of their great labors. So I'm very grateful for the OFWs because they have left for a better economic opportunity. But what an economic opportunity they've created. They've created a worldwide business.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. And what happens is that when the OFWs work in big companies like Hughes Aircraft, Bendix Corporation, and because they're subcontractors, then they get to rub elbows and be in communities with other nationalities. And that's why we have this global BP here on Wednesdays for people who do not speak Tagalog. And I'm really spearheading it along with a few folks, because my children, I want them to know about UNO. I want them to embrace UNO. It's my fault I didn't teach them how to speak Tagalog. I apologize. Here in the United States, we're so busy that we some of us don't make the time to do that. So that's a side note. I also want to, these certifications right here, impressive. Food Drug Administration. Ms. Kelly, we talked about last weekend about the Halal certification. Tell us about that.
Okay, so of course, Halal certification just simply means that the ingredients of our products are Muslim-friendly ingredients. So all our Muslim friends can use our food supplements.
Great. See, just to tell you, UNO is so inclusive.
Yes.
It's beyond words. It's hard to explain, but I get so excited that even in hearing the business opportunity, it's open to all. don't need a PhD. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need to be, high up there. We accept everybody from all walks of life, races, socioeconomic studying, gender, everything. So welcome everybody to this wonderful opportunity. So now I don't want to get sidetracked. What are we going to talk next? It is a consumer club, correct?
Yes.
We talk about the products and
Yes.
it's wonderful, wonderful efficacy.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your favorite product, Mr. Jeff?
Well, I've got a couple. I've got a couple. I take a regimen of Ultimacy, VCO, virgin coconut oil, grapeseed, glutathione,
Ooh.
and vitamin D, zinc and vitamin D. That's my standard regimen every day.
Wow.
Now, you mentioned that I enjoy relatively good health, but this regimen I take to fortify my immune system.
Mm-hmm.
I want to remain healthy.
Yes.
I want to prevent disease. And as we all age and get older, our bodies change, our metabolisms change, and the way that we, produce minerals and vitamins that are essential to living, that all changes. So we've got to fortify our immune systems to remain healthy. And that's what we can do as consumers in our business. One of the ways that we can work our business is to become a product of the products, consume our products daily. These are household items, right? That we use every day.
Toothpaste.
And deodorant. And
we have
cleaning solutions.
Coffee.
Yes. Things that we drink and use every day. So if you can use a product and then profit from using that product, why wouldn't you use it?
Absolutely. I'm glad that you said that. I like the fact that you're sharing that you are in good health and you're doing this to fortify your health. And that's our responsibility to ourselves. Because what happened is that if you're not healthy, you're not able to function properly or even give to the people that you love. Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about my story. My husband is in need of a kidney. And my son is offering his kidney. But my son has to be healthy in order to donate. So think about it. If you are obese, if you are, you have a BMI of over 80 or
25.
If you have a BMI of over 25, you're excluded to donate any organ because they got to make sure that you are healthy. So imagine if my son is eager to donate, and then he just went through a screening 3 weeks ago, and he is perfect. He's a viable donor. But for some people who are so desperate to have that kidney in order to survive, and none of them are able to donate because they don't, through the screening process, they are not a viable donor. So think about that. So you got to invest in yourself first, correct?
Absolutely.
So you can help the people that are in need. And you can show that example that if you do things right from the very beginning, as young as 18 years old, and be responsible, then this world would be a better place. Am I correct?
That's absolutely correct. Health is so universal, right? We all need it. And that's what makes this opportunity so fantastic, where there is no discrimination.
Yes.
Right? Because viruses and bacteria, they don't discriminate. Right? Mm-hmm. So it's something that we can all enjoy. It's something that we can all share. And I encourage you to share these great products. Share the message of health. Share the message of wellness with everyone that you know. Because at some time, we're all going to need some type of support.
Right.
From products such as these.
Exactly. So now we're going to talk about, in order to do that, you have to have the resource, the tool, and the knowledge, which UNO is going to provide to you, provided that you commit yourself to become part of our consumer club.
Yeah.
It is a consumer club because we use the products, that we share the products, and if you decide to sell, that's good too, because there are some. Let's talk about the steps in joining or being part of this consumer club.
Well,
step one.
Yeah, step one is simply sign up. Make an investment. For a mere investment of $380, you can have a starter package at our foundational level, right?
Mhm.
And you're on your way.
Correct.
That's our first step. But you might want to invest a little more. And there are 3 additional levels. We have our platinum level, our premier level, our elite, and then our global level.
Exactly.
So depending on how you want to invest in your health, in yourself, and in your business career, it will then determine which package you select.
Exactly.
After we sign up, what's step 2?
Well, step 2 is you want to make sure you connect with the person that brought you into the business or into this partnership, because that's the only way you're going to learn the products. You're going to learn about the business concept and implement it. And then you're going to hear all these wonderful stories, best practices all over the world, not just in the Philippines, but in other countries, depending on where you are. Isn't it amazing?
It is. It truly is. And then our step 3. We've been saying use the products, right?
Yes.
But there's also something else that goes along with using the products that we didn't talk about, and that is how to become profitable in using the products. You can sell the products. Now, when you look at a business opportunity, you look at profit, you look at loss, right? And we want our profits to exceed our losses so that we can make money. If you're not making money in business, well, I say you always have a hobby. You don't have a true business. But through direct selling, our profit margins are outstanding.
Yeah, let's talk about direct selling.
Yeah.
So let's say, let me see, which product should we use? Prime juice.
Right.
So prime juice is available in the United States, okay? As a distributor, I'm able to get this for $37.50. But if I decide to sell it, I'm allowed to sell it for direct sales. We're talking,
$49.
Yes, $49. You can sell this up to $49. So whatever the difference is,
that's your profit.
That's your profit.
Now, that's just one container of prime juice.
Correct.
What if you are selling 5 containers, 10 containers?
Easy, especially now it's summer. We only have one juice, so it's not really confusing. It's got goji berries and it has mangosteen. Awesome drink. There's 42 reasons. Jacqueline Bennett will tell you that. By the way, let's talk about Jacqueline Bennett. Jacqueline is what I coin her as a Unu crazy woman here in Cincinnati, Ohio. She is so vocal with her experience with our products. So every time she gets an opportunity, she talks to everybody. One thing, though, that she shared with us, and it's really important for everybody to know, is that when she was actually at the hospital recovering from her knee surgery, she started reconnecting with the people that she worked with because she was in the healthcare industry. And then she found out that these people, as much as they care for themselves, they really don't take time to take care of themselves.
Right.
And so that's her mission right now. Her mission is to talk to as many healthcare providers and what they call in the medical field to remind them, hey, take care of yourself first. Yeah. So this is really awesome. So this are the type of value that a membership or being part of a consumer club is. You are the product of your product. And the reason why I'm glad that Jacqueline is not offended when I tell her she's Uno crazy is because she'll talk to everybody about Uno. And sometimes they get turned off by her. But you know what? I keep telling her, just telling her, the few people that listen, wonderful. If not, move on. What's next? And for us to be here reminding each other, what do you really want? Is it good health? Is it wealth? Because everyone is different wise. So yeah, you are part of this unique consumer club. We meet regularly because we need to connect with each other. And that's it. That's the secret sauce. Stay connected. That's all. And this is one part of being connected globally.
Absolutely.
Now, step 5. Is there a step 5? Step 4.
Yes. Just 4
There's
easy
just
steps.
4 easy steps. Step 4 is share the products. And sharing it to, and you know, whenever I hear you talk, Mr. Jeff, I love the fact that you always bring it to business. We have to have that balance. For me, it's like, I love the products. Jacqueline loves the products, and we talk about products all the time, and we get up close and personal with people because we know that they need the products based on our experience. Jeff keeps us grounded. Okay, make the money too. You know, you can help the world, but you can help him better if you teach them how to fish and then bring that money, correct?
Exactly.
Tell us more about why you're so in tune about that money thing.
Well, it's
Because
not.
you're so excited.
It's not the money thing.
Okay.
That really excites me. It's the concept that health is wealth.
Yes.
Pure and simple. Right now, wealth means different things to different people. We have a saying here in the United States, when you have your health, you have everything, right? Which is very, very true.
That is true.
Because without your health, you'll have nothing. But we must be able to sustain ourselves, right? And the opportunity to be healthy and wealthy is right here with Uno.
Absolutely.
So I can't help but talk about it because it's the foundation of what we do, right?
And that's what happens. Sometimes we forget, you know, we do our daily lives, and obviously we all attend to different things in our life, like children, family, and everything else. But being staying plugged into this group just gives you a whole lot more perspective and insights from people that you trust. Now, how many people? The 24 people that are here, they bring value to this conversation. So I urge you, if you have a favorite product right now, type it in. Tell us how it made you feel. Tell us about your personal experience or the experiences of your parents, your children when they use Uno products, because this is something that you don't want to keep to yourself. Okay? Now, we talked about the direct sales. We talked about the consumer club. Let's talk about multi-level marketing. How do we make money out of that?
That's step 4. Bring in just 4 people, right? We are a multi-level marketing company. Some people are turned off by that,
yes,
right? But some people are very encouraged by that because it's an opportunity sometimes to be lifted out of poverty. And that's what we're looking for, opportunities to grow. So with our multi-level marketing platform, it begins by bringing in just 4 people.
And the first person that you bring in, if you bring in some person, at least in US dollar terms in the Philippines, you get $20, correct?
Direct referral?
Direct referral, $20. Write that down.
Just by bringing in a direct referral, one of your 4.
Correct.
Now, let's bring in the other 3 people, right? You're going to get a direct referral on each of the additional people that you bring in. Well, you're building a team. You're building a company. And you're an independent distributor. You're now the CEO of your own company, right? You build your team. Well, our model has been proven that those 4 will do what?
They bring in
They
four.
bring in four.
Yeah.
And then those four, they bring in four. It's a replicable system, right?
Yep. Duplicability breeds multiplicity.
That's simply
That will give
it.
more income, correct?
And as you build your team, and they then bring in four, and they bring in four, well, you're creating a level structure.
Right.
A multi-level structure.
And you get matching bonus.
Oh, how many
Tell us
ways?
about that.
Come on. How many ways can we make money with our multi-level marketing platform? That's what really distinguishes Uno from other multi-level marketing companies,
Right.
not only in the Philippines, but around the globe, is that we have such a robust compensation package.
Right. So
Where-
you bring in $60 when you have it. So it's a two-tier. It's a binary structure. So you bring in one person, that's $20, and then another person $20. But if you happen to match that, we're talking about $60.
Because that's a matching bonus.
That is the second way of earning, matching bonus.
Addition to the direct referral.
Exactly.
See how the dollars add up?
Yes,
And
it
you
will add
wonder
up.
why I focus on the business.
So you bring in all those, you bring in those people, and then they use the products. Every one of them, because it's a consumer club, they will brush their teeth, they will wash their hair, they will drink their juice, they will drink their coffee. When you are sleeping, you're getting those residual incomes. And because we are global, when you're asleep, people are up. What does that translate to? Money, money, money.
Dollars, right? Ching, ching, ching.
That's right, that's right. And the fact that, is it really hard to find those four people?
Of course not. Do you know four people?
Yes, I do.
You probably know 400 people.
No.
But let's take the average person like myself. Okay. When I look at four people, now who would they be? My friends, my family, my co-workers, my fellow congregants at church.
That's right.
Right? They're right there. You really don't have to look very far to find just four people.
Exactly.
They're your circle of influence that you deal with every day.
Yeah. And they're the ones that see you. They're the ones that sees your transformation.
Yes.
When you are limping and then suddenly you start, you're trotting, you're up and running, they're just gonna figure out what's going on here, and then they're gonna ask you, what's up with you? Then that's your opportunity to share the products.
Yes.
Going slow to go fast. And this has been proven over and over. Ms. Kelly, I want you to tell us more about, I was thinking that you could share a little bit more about your circle, the online store, because as you know, the traditional multi-level marketing company kind of like collapsed when COVID hit, because we could not visit people, we cannot do face-to-face. What did Uno do, and how are they doing this very minute? I know you and I just attended the Uno shop meeting at 4:00 this morning, my time. So tell us more, so they can imagine how that online business is really kicking it for us.
Yes, we are very fortunate that Uno Premier is continuously innovating. They are innovating of course, our online system, and also we have our drop shipping, and also like what we have discussed earlier, the packages can also be ordered now online. It's like Uno Shop also. So, the company is doing everything to innovate, to make the digitalization of our system very useful for every one of us. So with the drop shipping, of course, if everyone is familiar here, you will have your own website, personalized website that you can design yourself, put in your system, your group name, or even pictures. And then you will just share that link of the website so that people within the Philippines can access that link and order themselves, like what they do in eBay or Amazon, right? So when they order items, the income will be automatically loaded to your account. So you don't have to do the stocking of the items, packaging and delivering to customers and follow up. The company will do it for you. So it's much easier. Right now, it's still the system is only within the Philippines, but the company again is continuously innovating. So we can look in the future of having that digitalization all over the world as well.
So did you know, Miss Kelly and Jeff, that actually the U.S. was the first one who had an online store? So our online store has been in existence since 2015. There's not a lot of products right now, though. I'm proud to say there are about 8 products, and we have access because of Unopreneurship. We have access to local products that we can serve our members here in the United States, which is just really amazing. So the fact that they're constantly innovating. Also, I want to mention the fact that we've learned how to do traditional multi-level marketing. That's how we were taught. But since COVID hit, they have now adapted that to online attraction, social media attraction marketing. So it's the same conversations that you hold face to face, but now your reach is global. You know, we say it's a global reach, but that's still through the people that you know in those particular regions and particular parts of the world. But right now, they actually teach you. We have a mentoring, we have a digital online coaches. So if for a minimal fee, you can actually enroll to learn about Facebook marketing. Rian Saldana, help me remember that Salonga, Joseph Salonga,
And
Edison Brownie. Yes, those people are so patient in teaching anybody from 18 to 80. And you're gonna learn because it's so simple the way they teach you. So this is another opportunity why most people, you see all those people earning all the money is because the company makes it possible for you to earn and you have no excuse. The only time that you're gonna do is to allot your valuable resource in learning and implementing what you've learned, correct? Thank you for that, Ms. Kelly.
If I may add, you know, if you're considering a business opportunity, e-commerce is truly the way to go. You know, e-commerce really developed exponentially over the last year. But do you realize that there are some 7.8 billion people that inhabit this earth? But of those 7.8 billion, do you know how many have made an online purchase?
Oh, I know you have that figure.
2.14 billion people have purchased something online. So if you're looking to get into the e-commerce space, Uno is a great opportunity. And for a minimal investment of just $380 to have a worldwide store, that is absolutely incredible. Our market used to be our neighborhood,
yes,
right? Our local vicinity. But now our market is instantly global.
And that's really exciting because, you know, my background is I used to work at the World Bank. And I've always been intrigued with the other cultures and different nationalities and their traditions. And that's something that really gets me excited. And a whole lot of people were opening up. You yourself, you're just so amazed about the new things that you learn from other cultures.
Oh, yes.
And we talk about it every day. I mean, life gets to be really colorful if you know more.
It does.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wrap this up. So we've talked about profitable consumerism. We talked about the different ways of earning. We are at this point, there's single-headed accounts, but if you actually want to earn more, I've seen and I've greeted people who actually have multi-accounts, up to 15 accounts.
Another game changer.
Another game changer. And the greatest thing is that we are constantly, Uno is constantly innovating and is promoting all of these signups. Like, for example, in the United States right now, If you sign up for $380 worth of products, consider that as an advance purchase of what you know you're going to be using. Or if you have more money, you can actually get the Elite Plus. But you don't have to do that, because right now they're offering that if you actually sign up for a Platinum Plus, you automatically become a Premier Plus account holder. What does that mean? You get more earning potential. You are not going to get more products, but the fact is, when you bring in, that's adding 450 minus 150 points. That's adding, what's the difference there?
300.
Another 300 point value that you are able to match and get more money on. And if this gets a little bit complex, we can sit down and talk to whoever invited you here. So just remember the potential for earning. We're offering also that if you happen to buy 5 online accounts, you become a global account holder.
Is that not incredible?
And a global account holder, tell them, Ms. Jeffrey, about the benefits of being a global account holder.
Oh my gosh, the direct referrals that we talked about, they're increased. The matching bonuses that we talked about, they're increased. The lifestyle reward points, which we
did not
mention those, but they increase. It is just a wonderful opportunity to increase and maximize the return on your investment, particularly at the global level.
Yeah, and then for those people who are number crunchers, this is just heaven to them. Can you imagine 15 accounts and then you get to play with it to maximize on your income? And there are some people out there that has gotten this down pat. And guess what? You have access to them. If you want to become a multi-account holder. Now, let's talk about the, so remember we talked about the matching bonus, we talked about the direct referral bonus, the matching bonus, then we talked about I want to talk about the points. So after a certain level, you actually accumulate points. When you accumulate points, you are able to gather them up and exchange them and redeem them for
luxury items,
such as Louis Vuitton, designer items that some people only dream about. Uno's got that figured out. And
well, we get computers.
Yes, for anybody.
iPhones.
Right.
All the tools that you need to run this business.
Exactly. Right? And makes you look good too. Because if you're trying to convince people to be part of this consumer club, you need to have those gadgets. And oh my God, what's dear to my heart is you accumulate points for travel.
Oh, and we can finally travel again.
Yes, and now with the relaxed COVID restrictions, we are able to do that. And the greatest thing is that when you do get the travel incentive, guess who you get to hang out with? You hang out with Miss Kelly. Tell them, who do they get to hang out with when they go to these exotic places?
Of course, you get to hang out with our BODs and of course the top earners. You know, learn from everyone. This is a helping business.
Everyone. You just said the key word. You want to find out what the magic sauce is? So you rub elbows with the people who are the shakers and movers. Yes. You become part of that. That's enough to get you incentivized to make that travel incentive that's being offered now. So that's great, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Now the multi-head accounts we talked about, by all means, think about that. If you have an uncle that have deep pockets, talk to them. If you need somebody to convince them to do that, you have a whole bunch of people that can help you out. And if you are a USA holder, another promotion that they have up right now is if you are an OFW who resides in a particular country and you want to upgrade your local account to Premier Plus, you can do that. So they just implemented that. That just opened up more incentive for people to sign up for Premier Plus, because Premier Plus, you earn more, and then you have access to better products, better trainings, and other things that just up a little bit on the scale from local product. So that's something that you may want to think about. So with that said, I think we covered everything. Ms. Kelly, did we cover everything? I'm just so on cloud 9 right now. So with that,
the multiple ways to earn. Have you just that, I think.
yeah, we did multiple ways of earning. So let's sum up. We want to sum up that right now, guys, it's the best time to be part of this. Because there's a lot of incentives. The products are here. Speaking for the US, the products are here. You have access. You don't have to wait. You don't have to be at the mercy of international courier, whether they're going to shut down on or not, on the weather being bad or the airplane not landing. You know, the warehouse is in Las Vegas, Nevada. So that's staff. The fact that you already know that there's multiple ways of earning. We have a dynamic support system. The people in this room, most of them, they're already millionaires. They made it. But what are they doing here? Because they want to help. So I want you to remember that. The best investment you could ever have is $380. And that entitles you to be a game changer, because you are able to get an e-commerce, learn e-commerce and have an online store. You don't need to leave your home. So the incentive here is if you buy 3 accounts, that's another incentive that's still going on. If you buy 3 accounts, you get the 4th one for free. You will get an access code and PIN number to have your 4th online store. Bring 5 directs and you get upgraded to global. And if you buy a starter package of $380 of Platinum Plus, you're gonna get an Elite, a Premier Plus. So this is the time to do it, and don't hesitate anymore, and just say, where do I sign? So hang on for a minute. I want to introduce now our honored guest. Now I want to talk about Patricia. If you can pin her, Kelly, thank you so much. Welcome, Miss Patricia. How are you today?
Thank you so much. I'm so well. And I'm honored to be in this program. You can hear me?
Yes. First of all, I want to thank you for granting our request for you to be our honored guest with the U.S. I know you were a little bit apprehensive at one point, but I know Ahmad, talked you into doing this, and we are grateful because you have an audience here in the U.S. that really need to hear from you, how you got started, and why you took on this journey as an entrepreneur in Nairobi, Kenya. The challenges that you went through in order to get here, and what is your vision moving forward. Just to give you, everyone, a background information about Patricia. She is by trade a veterinarian assistant. And married to a pastor. And that's one of the things that I love about being part of this global company. Everybody has this wonderful belief in a higher power and God. And to be in the mix of people like that is just incredible. It's just something that I'm thankful about every single day. And the fact that she lost her job in 2019. She ended up being an administrator instead of her chosen career. So she's heavy on that aspect of as far as the orientation of the job. And now she is going to talk to you about her Uno journey as an entrepreneur. Thank you, Patricia. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be in this forum. And sorry, I had said I lost my job in 2019. It was in 2009. So it was a long time ago. Yeah. So as you have heard, my name is Patricia and I come from Kenya. Kenya is in East Africa, for those who might not know where it is located. And I'm grateful because I'm in Uno family now. How it came about, it happened through a friend of ours.
Low battery. Alert from
Okay. It's okay. It happened through a friend of ours who was a Nigerian reverend who came here in Kenya for officiating some studies in a Bible school. Then when he went back, he just asked me a question. Do you have somebody who is honest, who can do business? There is a business we want to set up in Kenya. So I told him, why should I look for somebody and I'm still jobless? I can do it. And at least you know me. So I decided to be connected to the right person who wanted to do the business. So I was connected to Madam Keiru Alozi, and she is my upline. She took me through the products. But when I heard it is about multi-level marketing, I was just listening because I wasn't interested in multi-level marketing. I had seen many of these companies here in Kenya, and many people were crying foul because they had lost money and they were not in a good position even to stand after investing so much in the multi-level marketing businesses. So in my heart, I knew I'll not do it. But because I was just pressed to honor the reverend who introduced me, I just went along and accepted. So I asked her if she could send me some samples. So when she sent me samples, I took them and they were so good. We tested the prime juice and we said, wow, we've never seen something like this. So it was not about medicinal value, but we just liked the goods, how they tasted, the chocolate, the cappuccino, and everything. It was so nice. So I said, now I inquired about how to join. So she gave me the packages in Nigeria. I chose the smallest one because it was about my family and nothing, not about to sell, not about to do the multi-level marketing. So when she gave me, I just chose the smallest one, which was about $170. Now she replied and said, these are too little. When I ship them to you, they will cost you so much. So you must add, at least you go to platinum. So I added the money and I got the platinum offer. Again, she said, this package is too small. It will cost you so much in shipping. Why don't you add 2 platinums more? I said, no one will accept to give you money if I haven't seen my goods. So what I did, I asked her, if you can trust me, just send me the products, the 2 platinums extra, then I do what? I'll refund you the money once I get the goods. And at least she trusted me. And she sent me the 2 platinums without payment. And I remitted the money once I got the goods. But my challenges began at the airport because I had never experienced anything like importing goods from any other country. I used to do exports when I was working. So about importation, I was not into that. So when she sent the goods, I didn't have any certificates to show that I'm importing goods. And at large, they are supposed to be consumed by people. So it was a challenge because into all offices, I had to cough money to get the certificates which were needed, especially the certificate of conformity, which comes by inspection of goods by the SGS, the international bodies. And I used so much money. In fact, it was almost as much I had paid for the goods. So I almost gave up. But since the goods were so good, I brought them home at last. And what I did, I just took 1 box of prime juice and another for chocolate, and I took to my mother. If you can allow me, I can share a screen of her so that you can see her, how she is. I took a box of prime juice and I sent it to her. Just a moment. Here is my mother.
Yes, please share screen.
Okay, I took one prime juice and chocolate to her. Then I left her as she was far away from here in the rural areas. So after some time, I called her and asked her, how are you doing? So she said, I'm healed. So I wondered, you're healed from what? She didn't tell us she was feeling bad. So she started explaining to me how she was feeling. Again, she said, this is how I was feeling. I had something like a stone in my stomach and it was so painful. And I couldn't bend because when she bent, she said she was feeling like a heart burning sensation from the whole of GIT. So what she said is that once I took the prime juice, I got healed. Just a moment, I'm still sharing the picture. I'll show it to you once I get hold on it. So when she said she was healed, I was wondering how come she had never explained to us she was feeling bad. But one thing I got to know, she feared even going to the hospital because you see an old woman going to the hospital and being told you are suffering from this. It was such a terrible state. So since she stays alone most of the time, she did not even say what she was suffering from, and she didn't know what she was suffering from. But now I wondered if somebody can take the prime juice and get healed. We didn't know what she was suffering from. So I said, that is good. Then I'll be consuming these goods if I can take and be healed and they're just enjoyable. I just liked the product. So again, I inquired about importation because of the cost which I had incurred. I went back to the relevant authorities at the airport so that I could know the channels, the right direction on importation. When I went there, I was referred to many offices of which I started my journey in registering the products. And I thank God for Madam Angelica Manapat in Philippines. She really helped me with all the details I asked her of the products. So when she sent all the products, that was in 2019, because in 2020, in 2018, that's when I spoke to Alozi, and that's when I started my journey to start the UNO business. So when I went back to the airport to ask for the details, and then I started registering. It took me almost 1 year, the whole of 2019 and part of 2020. So during the 2019 August, there was a promotion in Nigeria. I was asked if I could add 5 platinums so that I could be promoted to another stage. So I said, okay, it's okay, I will do it. So I contacted my friends, 5 of them. 2 of them were my sons, and the 3, some of them complained they didn't have money, so I just did what? I just funded them. And when they got, when I sent the money, I could not bring the goods, so I told Madam Alozi, just stay with the goods until I tell you. Until I finish the registration with the Pharmacy and Poisons Board here in Kenya, I cannot import. So she waited. Again, 2020 has come. And when I finished registering, I went to the Pharmacy and Poisons Board, and they said, now you have to wait for 6 months for you to get the certificates. So as I waited, the pandemic broke. So there was no communication, there was no offices operating, everything was shut down. So I had to wait. But when everybody had understood about the COVID situation, I did what, I went back to the office. And when I went to the office and got the certificates, that's when I asked Madam Alozi if she could send me the product. But when she was sending them, there was a problem which occurred because she packaged the products with somebody else's. So when she had put all the products in that person, I could not pay the duties, so I could not sell the products openly because now they had come like they have come in the illegal way. I could not sell them openly, so I had a challenge. So what happened is I shared with my friends of what the products I had, and then after that, okay, now you can see my mother there, I hope so. I was at home with her. So when I came back, the thing is, when I got the products from the man who brought them, the agent, I could not pay the duties. So the thing I did is I just sold them in a way that I could not advertise. So that is when I started experiencing the usage of these products, the medicinal part of it, because at first I had not known how the benefits were and what they healed or what they cured. So I thank God, when I started, I got some patients. In fact, my sister, my real sister, she was diagnosed with COVID-19 and she was given some vitamin C which came from a place I don't know, in the higher offices, in the higher, what can I say, in the big private hospitals here in Kenya. So she stayed for 2 weeks and she started vomiting blood, and she was taking zinc and that vitamin C. Once I knew about that, what I said is just take this vitamin C and give away those others. And I gave her the vitamin C and Choco 8 because that is what I had. Within 2 days, she called me and she said, tomorrow I'm going to work, because she was so down. I'm telling you, I was so happy because I could see now vitamin C is really working for COVID patients. So I started selling it to those who are sick, those who are coughing, those who had allergies, and they were giving positive results. Another person said he had so much ulcers, so many ulcers for such a long time. And even the stomach was paining, even it's like he had a blockage in his kidneys. So when he started using the Ultimacy, he saw the benefits of it, and he recommended it so much to his friends. So at least I knew vitamin C was the best at that time. Apart from the vitamin C and the Choco 8, where I saw a patient who had the blood clots coming out and even the varicose veins aligning. So I said, these products are really working. So as I've had my friend speaking about being turned down by others, I was really turned out by so many people. But I said, if these products are really good and they are effective, why can't I use them? Even if somebody is they're shunning me out, I know in due course they are going to start knowing about them, and I know they have started, because at least this consignment is moving well, the one which I just brought in. So my other challenge was about convincing people, as I had said, convincing people to join me. And I found it was such an uphill task, because there have been so many multi-level marketing businesses here in Kenya, and the people have been discouraged. But I got encouraged in that these products are well, and in fact, they are effective. So in my case, I just said, whether they join me or not, I know I will be a consumer and continue selling the products. Again, I'm seeing myself to be a distributor here in Kenya. Doesn't matter, I've started small here in Kenya, but I know I will grow. I'm getting people joining me. I invited so many in here today for this meeting. Okay, most of them were coming out of work by the time the meeting was starting. So it's like maybe they're forgotten, but I know they will come to join me. They'll learn about the meeting through the recordings, and that is it. I'm so happy to be part of this UNO. And again, before I quit, the steps which now I know about importing the goods. The challenge came about when I again ordered these goods, this time as a sapphire rank. So I was told at the airport, I registered, but my PIN was not reflecting. So this was my biggest challenge, especially when it comes to the relevant authorities at the airport, especially when you're asked about the certificates and you know you are in the right cause, but they are still missing. So my PIN certificate had not been incorporated in the system. So it took me 11 more days to clear the goods. And I was charged the storage for those days, which is something I didn't expect. So that had been my most biggest challenge, especially now I know. So in rectification of that, I had to go back and inquire exactly the steps I needed to take. So I was told I have to get a pro forma first from the country of exportation. Whenever I require the goods, I have to get the pro forma first. Then when I get the pro forma, I have to prepare the IDF with the import declaration form. And once I get it, I return it back to the exporter so that they can do the inspection with the relevant bodies, the SGS, the Intertech. They are supposed to do the inspection for me and send me the certificate of conformity. Once I get the certificate of conformity, then I can order the goods now. They can release the goods to come. It will be easier for me to prepare the entries and all the clearing charges. I'll only take a day and that will be fine. So for those who want to join UNO, I'm telling you, this business is good. I had joined it because of using the products, but now I've seen the effectiveness of the products, and I'm so thankful for UNO because they are just unique. And I thank God for that. Thank you so much for hearing me. It is my first time, so bear with me. Yeah. I can introduce my friends. I have Grace here with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Introduce your friend.
Yes, I have Grace. She's also my partner. There's Edwin. He's my son. Mwanyika. And my husband, Thomas.
Okay.
And my friend, Njoki. She has joined me. Thank you so much.
This is so wonderful. I really, really enjoy hearing about pioneering stories because we are a pioneer ourselves in this huge country in the US. And I can relate to what you're going through with, getting the products through and anticipating, I used to have experiences when my box would come from DHL and customs had already opened it up and opened it up or put it aside. I'm like, wait a minute, that really was, what's an experience that want me to give up? Because there's just so many things involved. You're building the ship as you are sailing. There's so many things coming at you. But I really appreciate your perseverance because thousands and thousands more people are going to benefit from you taking that giant step. So I want to congratulate Edwin, your husband, for having such a strong woman behind him, and taking this effort, and your friend for being there to support because it's needed. It is hard. You get labels like, what are you doing this for? What's the return on your investment? So all the decisions that I make come from the heart. And when money comes, I'll be very, very ecstatic. And I'm sure that's the same with everybody because I have no doubt we're gonna make it. I'm at this going on 4 years. I'm just joined my wonderful team in the US, and my husband is right alongside me as we move on. So thank you, Patricia, for such a wonderful story. We're gonna be hearing from you more and we're gonna invite you once again. And if there's anything that we can help you here in the United States, let us know, reach out to us, okay? Miss Kelly, I think it's time for that Kodak moment.
Yes. Since everyone has turned on the camera, also calling the others to turn on your cameras.
No,
So we can have our groupie photo. Okay, give your best smile. 1, 2, 3. All right, one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you, Patricia, for sharing your story.
And thank you, Ahmad Anjajar, for bringing her in and getting us together. And everyone, like I said, we're here in the United States. If you need anything, we're only a Zoom away, or we're only what do you call that? WhatsApp away, and we're only Viber away. Right. Okay, and that speaks for everyone here in this room. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.